everyone, Tina here. I'm back again with two cards. We're using Spellbinders Club Kits. We have a large die of the month club kit called Charmed Life, and we also have a stencil of the month club kit called Cherry Chic. Both of these are so much fun. The large die creates a little handbag. The handbag's very simple to create. The charms here are so much fun because you can mix and match them, but it has the chains and it has a teddy bear, cherries, dice. It has a little coin purse. It has a bow in here, and locks and clasps that you can create a cute little charm, a little charm thingy for your purse. So cute. So we're going to be doing a purse card, and then we're also going to be creating what the stencil of the month club kit creates this fabulous design. There are, let's see, 5 stencils in here that create the cherry background, which is great for Valentine's Day. I think is cherries are always cute for Valentine's Days, I guess because the pink and reds. We're going to switch out the colors for today's card, but let's jump in and get started with our first card. I'm not calling these a 5-step card because there's a little bit, because this image is actually going to be really big. I almost opted for a 5x7 card today, but decided just to go with a simple A2. So we're going to do some die cutting. I thought a color palette of teals and gold for the chain and some browns would go really good for my colors today. So I have some cardstock here. Let me grab 2 more. Okay. I think that makes a great color palette. So I have brown. All of these are Spellbinders ColorWheel cardstock. We have Truffle. Truffle is the brown. We have Seaside, Waterfall. Okay, and then we have Chiffon and Bellini. And then I have some gold cardstock too that we're going to use to die cut out some chains. So I'm going to start my die cutting, and I will be right back. Little coin purse, we have the locks, the chains. These elements we're going to create a handle for our handbag here, and then we have some cherries. The cherries are going to be for my next card, but I thought we'd put it all together right now. To create the little coin purse slash charm, it is adorable. I already did one. I mean, this is just, I think this is so cute on its own. I just love this. Okay, very easy to put together. What you do is take this piece, and let me grab my glue. The thing with the gold cardstock is it does take a little bit of time to dry. Give that a press. Can't get easier than that. So cute. There is another clasp. When you die cut out the clasp, you have these 2 pieces here. And this one here goes to this little clasp. But this one, if you flip it around, it looks like kind of like the keyhole that goes to this, but it's not. What you do is you add a little dot of glue here, and you can overlap the clasp, and it creates a double clasp, just like that. There's debossed area, so you know where to add it. Okay, so that is our little coin purse. Now to add our coin purse to a chain, we have this little piece here that I'm going to add a little dot of glue to the base. Tuck it behind the corner here, and it creates a little, I'm going to add a little glue at the top here, and then I will attach this chain. I kind of just want, I want a different position than the very first one. Okay. So we have 2 purses on a chain here. I'm going to put these to the side. Now for the locks, I just put the gold circles that were the negative piece of these on the reverse side. I just glued them down. It fit behind here perfectly. So that's all I'm doing to the keyhole of the locks to cover that up. Okay, to create this little guy, you flip it around. What you're going to do is add a little glue here. And then this piece, I'm just going to layer it right over the top. Give it a press. I should have my tweezers here. And then we have this little clasp that has an opening. You see how it opens? And that's all there is to that. That goes to there. I'm actually going to take this and I'm going to attach it upside down to this chain here. With a little dot of glue, we can add this. And that creates a little clasp at the bottom of our chain. I have 2 of those. I'm not sure if we'll use both of them or not, but we will see. For this one, I'm going to add my locks. And we'll just attach both of these like so. I may glue them together so they're not going to shift. What I'm going to do is flip this over, and just to keep these together, I'm going to put a foam square behind here. We're going to connect both of these with the foam square. That will do double duty. That way it's not going to move anywhere. And that still needs a little time to dry. So that will be this one. For the cherries, there is a face insert that you can add to both the cherries, but I'm not going to use the insert, the happy face for the cherries. We're just going to create some cherries. So I'm going to first attach both of these together. The stems and the leaves, I die cut out with both of the teal colored cardstock, and I'm just going to add a little glue here. Ooh, that's not a little. Okay, and then we will attach the top like so. Kind of looks like a wishbone. Okay, and then we do have these stem pieces. I'm going to color those in using a Copic marker. To me, it's just easier because it's one shot through the die cut machine. And then I will layer that over the top. Let me grab my... Maybe we'll do one more. I'm going to color in both of these. And then these leaves I want to add to... We'll layer both of these leaves together. Add another dot of glue here. These leaves I want to put at the bottom over here. Maybe up here. And those will be my cherries. I'm going to flip this over, and then we're going to put some foam tape behind here also. Now we're going to design our purse next. So I cut this out. I'm going to actually stamp a print on here using a background stamp. I have had this one for a while. This is from Tim Holtz, and it's called Perfect Plaids. And I really like this print here. I'm going to use this, and we're going to stamp. I'm thinking I have enough room to stamp this entire thing on here. Yeah. So I'm going to bring in my stamping positioner. Okay, let's add some ink. I'm going to use some Distress Oxide ink. I have gathered twigs. I think this is going to be a perfect brown to go with my handle. Ink that up really good. I'm going to flip it over, and I'm going to use the lines on my plaid, making sure it's straight. I will tack it down, and then I'm going to bring the back. I'm going to do it opposite. Flip over my stamping positioner, and I will press it, hold it, and flip it over. Then I will give it a good pressing. I'm going to add a little bit of tape here. My ink is still wet, so I won't wait for that to dry. But I'm going to lightly tack this to the front of my card base. I'm doing this because I need to position it. I'm going to pop it up with some foam tape. So I want to make sure that it's positioned where I want it to go. Okay. After we have this adhered, we have these pieces. I think this is meant to go on the edge here. I'm going to flip it. Do we want to flip it over? I'm going to flip it over to the other side. I'm thinking we're going to do this to make it a fancy handbag. Let me show you. I think that looks cute. That way, yeah, I think I like it this way better. If I had a purse, this is the way I would want it. So I'm going to go ahead and glue these. I'm going to pick it up, and then we're going to flip this over, and I'm going to put some foam tape behind here. Okay, I doubled up on the foam tape on this one because it's going to be overhanging over here. And I'm going to tuck it underneath here. Okay, I think that's a good spot for these. I found when I overlapped them, the chains kind of got muddled, and I didn't want that to happen. So I'm just going to add a little glue here, and we'll tack down the chains to where they're overlapping on the edge here. Do a little tucking with them. Now we're going to create our greeting. For my greeting for this card, I'm using the Sending Smiles Sentiments stamp and die set. And what we're going to do is die cut out our sending in the shadow, but I'm going to stamp this on some dark brown cardstock. I treated my paper with my anti-static powder. We're going to take our stamp and place it on our brown cardstock. I'm going to go over this with my watermark ink, and we'll bring in some white embossing powder and we'll emboss this. Nice thing is there's a coordinating die. I'm also going to cut out sending. There's two shadows in here. I'm going to take the smaller shadow and the sending, and I'll cut these out as well. I die cut out my sending with my Bellini cardstock, and we're just going to layer this on the white shadow. There was two shadows in the set. Again, I'm using the smallest. And then I'm going to use birthday hugs for this card. Figure out where we're going to put it. I think I want to put it down here in this corner. That's good placement. I'm just going to go ahead and trim away that chain. I'm going to keep this chain too because I could use this for maybe this next card. We'll see. Now I'm going to add a little sparkle. I'm going to use my gold mix, and I always like to add a little bit of shine to the little coin purses. That is that card. Now we're going to move along to our next card. Let's do some stenciling. And then I'm going to color in the background with, I'm going to use my ink here. I'm going to use Gathered Twigs. This might be a little bold, but we'll see what happens. I went ahead and wiped off my stencil, and I do want to mention I did focus darker areas around the edges. We're going to remove this. Okay, for stencil number 2, we're going to just skip this. Okay, I like the Gathered Twigs and the Alabaster stripes, so skipping number 2. And then we're going to jump in to stencil number 3. And again, we'll line up those corner brackets. I'm going to use my salvage patina and go over the stems. Stencil 3 is done. Let's remove this, and then we're going to add stencil number 4. Stencil 4, we're going to use saltwater taffy, and we're going to go over our cherries. Okay, now I'm going to go over a few sections of the cherries with my Kitsch Flamingo, just so I have a few little. Okay, just so we have a little extra color here. Just a few areas. And now I'm going to bring in, I'm going to wipe off my stencil. Okay, and then this is where we're going to bring in peacock feathers. I'm going to bring in my blending brushes. Okay, and then you're going to need a detail blending brush for this, or maybe I should use my Simon brushes. We'll use this one. Okay, Now I'm going to bring in a detail brush, and we're going to go over the leaves on this with my peacock feathers. Wonderful. I'm not going to wipe this stencil off because I'm afraid I will overlap onto the cherries. So I'm just going to lift this up, and then we're going to bring in our final stencil, which is stencil number 5, and then we can finish the leaves off here. And I'm going to use my detail blending brush and just go over the leaves on this one. This one has the cherry highlights and the leaves. And so we're going to do 2 different colors here. Now I'm going to bring back the Kitsch Flamingo, and we're going to go over the highlights with my pink. Okay, let's remove this one. Wonderful. Something a little bit different than your regular red cherries. Loving this. While I have my Kitsch Flamingo out, I'm going to bring back my purse here, and I think I'm going to ink blend a little bit on my purse here. I'm going to add a little ink here. We're going to add a little bit of pink highlight. Okay, I like that. Just a little touch of pink around here. Okay, and I'm going to bring in my paper trimmer, and we're going to trim off one side. Okay, I'm also going to bring in a die set, and we're going to cut out a heart. Let's cut out a heart off to the side here. I think we'll go this side. I went ahead and put foam tape behind this panel. And as I was looking at this, I don't think I'm going to add the smaller heart that we cut out. I'm going to show you just a minute. Let's remove the release paper, and then we'll place this on our card base. And again, this is just slightly smaller than an A2 panel, so it will leave me just a small border. Okay, so we have a small border on here, and originally I was going to do this and then add my cherries, but I think it kind of drowns out my cherries. So what I'm going to do is just remove this. We'll save this for another card. I don't think I'm going to use any of the clasps. I think I'm just going to use the cherry for this card. We're going to go clean and simple here. And I did create a greeting using the same stamp and die set. I'm just going to put some glue behind here, and I'm going to glue this on my alabaster cardstock shadow. Let's go ahead, layer these. And for this card, we're going to use Tons of Love. I'm going to use my Kitsch Flamingo, and I'm going to add a little color on the edges of the cherries too, just so everything is nice and cohesive. Add a little extra pink here. And then for this card, we're going to add Tons of Love. Now we're going to finish this off with a few gold gems for a little sparkle. Just added a few gold gems, and then that will finish that card. So here's a look at both cards that we made today using a couple more of Spellbinders Club Kits. We have the large die of the month club kit, and we also have the stencil of the month club kit. So much fun, kind of mixed and matched them, but I hope this gives you a little bit of inspiration. Thank you so much for joining me. Have a wonderful day, and we'll see you soon. Bye-bye. Thanks so much for sticking with me to the end. I have 2 more videos that you guys might be interested here. If you guys are new and like the content that you see, click that subscribe button and also the notification bell. That way for future videos, be notified. Also, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. It sure does help the channel. Have a wonderful day. We'll see you soon. Bye-bye.